Ladies, boys, and girls, children of all ages, the Ramble Mania Show proudly brings to you. It is I, your 7-time Ramble Mania heavyweight champion, because luck is for losers and a senile old fucking man named Vince McMahon. I am Hazel the IIZombie. Jay is not going to be joining us here today, but we have a special guest here on the Ramble Mania Show tonight, making her debut here on the Ramble Mania Show, and the return of What SmackDown. Representing the Rawrrzone NYC podcast, I bring to you Ivy.
What up, what? It's your homegirl Ivy from Welcome to the Rawrrzone Media and Ivy Productions. How the fuck is everyone doing today?
Welcome back to another edition of What SmackDown. Happy New Year again to everyone. I mean, you're probably wondering, you haven't done SmackDown since October. What the fuck's been going on? Look, I've been busy. And you got too much wrestling going on. Sometimes the motherfuckers just want to see Hook beat people up. I can't record SmackDown every now and then. But you got a huge announcement for everyone. Since we are doing What SmackDown, Ivy has decided to come join us temporarily whenever Twin doesn't show up. She will be joining me for Raw Rants and What SmackDown, and our new show, which if everyone saw the live stream last week, the debut of Ramble 2.0, Crayola Splatoon Edition. So yes, Ivy is now an honorary member of the Ramble Mania Show, and she will be joining me for Raw and SmackDown on many occasions. Basically, we're going to be bringing back What SmackDown because holy fucking shit. Holy shit. Yes, it's been too goddamn long. And yes, SmackDown is the A show for WWE. It really is. It gives us more sport than entertainment. Raw's just fucking entertainment.
Like I said, Raw is all talk and no action. And now we got a fucking weigh-in, like as if they're not trying to copy what AEW did with Cody Rhodes.
Hey, what are your thoughts on the whole TNT
Cody.
thing? Like, who do you think is going to walk out, undisputed or unified TNT champion?
I want Sammy Guevara to get it.
Sammy Guevara.
But I have a feeling they're just going to keep Cody with the title.
If they're really trying to do this whole heel thing, because I don't know why this is happening. I mean, this is probably just me probably talking out of my ass, but I feel as if Cody just doesn't want to do the fucking heel turn. And I think he said it on multiple occasions, like, I don't want to turn. I don't understand why these people are booing me. I mean, there is a motive to why people are booing you. It's maybe because you don't want to put young talent over. Maybe you're taking someone else's spot that deserves it more. I don't know, but it's been going on for fucking months now. Ever since he came back.
I mean, I feel like everything I've seen with Cody, like in the beginning, like I saw him as the like full like wrestling and like really like I think back to the match he had with his brother, and I was like, oh shit, this is something I want to keep watching. Now, me, I fell off to because I just stopped watching wrestling for a while. But came back, and I think the first thing I saw was the braggadocious gender reveal they had, where they had the lights and came out with Brandy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what are we doing here? This is fucking wrestling. You're not supposed to have gender reveals for wrestling.
I mean, I think he just wanted to do it, not just for his family, but also for the fans, because with their show Roads to the Top, Cody's are literally like on 3-4 fucking shows, maybe 6 if you ever see him on Dark or Dark Elevation.
Yes. But
There's Roads to the Top. There's Go Big Show, which, hey, we're shooting on you with Paul White because we have him on our show and he's not the Big Show.
I feel like he's trying so hard, just like TK is, to just keep coming at WWE, and vice versa. Whatever the case may be, it's all there. You good, bro?
Yeah, this always happens on the show. I cough like crazy. I smoke way too much. That's the whole thing. I enjoy it. Fuck. So we have some wrestling news for everyone. Let's start off with probably one that's already happened. Okay, so a few days ago, Mustafa Ali asked for his release. Apparently, there was some backstage verbal altercations between him and Vince. Demanded his release, and we have officially found out that it has been denied.
Can they do that?
Yeah, they could do that. They could do that for some wrestlers because, you know, in hindsight, maybe they have something for Ali. But the thing is, they've always had something for him, but they pulled the plug on it fucking quickly. There was the hacker gimmick. There was Retribution.
Wasn't the hacker gimmick and Retribution the same thing?
Well, the hacker gimmick was just a hacker gimmick before Retribution. Retribution came after they stopped doing the hacker gimmick. And then for him to finally reveal that he was the hacker while being in Retribution, it was like full circle, but then it was just like, I have so many fucking questions. Like, what's the motive now that you just revealed yourself to be the hacker? Like, what's your motive? You said all you needed was a cell phone, a computer to shut it down, and you didn't shut anything down. They shut your faction down. And then you had a tag team part-time job with fucking Mansoor, which, goddamn, they should have never broken that up.
But what's worse? Pairing them together and like knowing that, yeah, it was going good for them, but we all clearly know that Mustafa's not happy with how WWE has been guiding his career.
But here's the thing: would you rather accept what they were giving you, like that whole thing with Mansoor, and be on TV every week, or sit in fucking catering prison for the whole entire show and not look through your phone? But you have to watch the show forcefully.
Either way, like, even if you're getting the TV time, you're still not happy because of the situation. I would personally, I would still stay because I'm a master. I'm the one that I'll take the pain. Pause. I get the paycheck though.
That's true. I mean, you get the paycheck just for sitting on your ass, but still, it's like you're signed to a company and they're not utilizing you. They're not doing anything with you. So what do you want to do? You know, there's always a second option, but sometimes that second option is not going to be allowed after you just released over 110 fucking people within 2021. But moving forward into this year, budget cuts my ass, man. You guys are just too fucking rich to lie to us.
Is it really that? Or like maybe they're still like, I always said that WWE was going to try to buy, you know, everyone. Like, they're eventually going to want to just buy the fuck out of every wrestling promotion ever. Make one hostile takeover. It will eventually happen, as far-fetched and conspiracy that it sounds.
Yeah, but again, I'm hoping with WWE denying his release that they actually have something for him. Like, they had this little package for him when he was in a suit and American flags all around him, and I'm like, Muhammad Hassan, what are you doing? And I'm just like, okay, this looks political, and I feel like he's trying to run for president here. And I thought that was going to go somewhere, and then they cut that shit off, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing now? This was a guy that...
I'm sorry, go.
This was a guy who was actually supposed to face Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship instead of Kofi, but thanks to Randy Orton, fucked all that shit up.
I just don't understand. I mean, I still don't understand why all those people got cut. But for whatever it is, like, you granted Tony Storm's release. You could have easily granted his. You're not using it right now.
At this point, it's like, what was the point of hiring all these people if you weren't going to use them because you were so afraid of AEW taking them? How about have some competition? Stop making it seem like, oh, what do you mean that there's another company? What other company? It's just this company. This company exists. Not what's going on there. What's going on there is nothing. You don't see that. It's like John Cena. You can't see him. You can't see. Hey, there you go.
Hey, Smokey.
Loki.
Oh, Loki.
Yes, his name is Loki Doom.
Oh.
Yes. Loki being another word for Satan, and Doom because I fucking love and miss MF Doom so goddamn much. One of my favorite rappers ever. So NXT.
He looks ferocious though.
Oh, he's friendly. He's just, he's been going through a little biting phase, but very playful. But he does it like too much to the point where now he gets like fucking serious.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah, he's still a baby right now. All right, so NXT 2.0 happened on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And some shit happened.
Oh, you mean Gunther?
I don't understand. I mean, like WWE, do you just like the Hitler for some reason? Why the fuck would you do that? Why would you call this man a fucking Nazi? Why would you do that? And then they
pulled the plug.
They pulled the plug immediately because of all the fucking backlash. And yes, this is the fabulous Moolah shit all over again.
I mean, they called her a pimp that like killed people and beat the shit out of them.
But this is like you are literally taking the name of a fucking Nazi soldier who fought for fucking Hitler. I shouldn't even be talking about these things. Like, no.
But see, the one thing about WWE, and this is what I've noticed from a PR perspective, they low-key want to just make it a shock value. They want to, I feel like they always do this shit on purpose.
But if you're going to do shock value, go back in time and do that. You can't do that in this fucking time anymore when people are just very fucking sensitive and PC about every fucking thing. Do that in the 90s, not here. Because look at what happened. All the fucking backlash, knowing that people had to literally do all their fucking research and send WWE all this information about this fucking person that I'm not going to bring up anymore. For them to realize, oh shit, it was at that moment we realized we fucked up. So let's just give this man his fucking name back. And stop giving us promos of Imperium showing us how all Americans are fat slobs. I don't need to see that. I want to see them kick ass with some good ass opera music.
I feel like there's somebody in WWE that's on a major amount of crack for them to think that all of these storylines are okay.
Their names are Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon, because Bruce Pritchard has total creative control of NXT 2.0.
Why do you let Regal go? Why? Not in Joe.
What can he?
Fucking Joe.
What? Yeah. For him to get released twice. That's embarrassing.
In less than a year. Less than a fucking year.
That's embarrassing. That's literally embarrassing. That's not even like, it's not even like, a total burial because, they gave him the NXT title, but he didn't do nothing because he was injured and they had to fucking vacate it.
And then, of course, because he vacated, they fired him. WWE just needs to do better. Just gotta fucking do better, bro.
Do better and start moving forward. Stop looking at the past thinking that, it's going to fucking boost the rating and shit. Like, yeah, it works sometimes. Not all the fucking time. And now apparently These guys are disappointed with how NXT 2.0 is becoming. Gee, I wonder whose fault is that?
The same people that put the Miz and Maurice to fight Edge and Beth Phoenix.
Exactly. Like, what the fuck? Why would you?
Didn't they not learn their lesson from John Cena and the Miz with Nikki Bella and Maurice?
No, they didn't learn their lesson, and now they want to erase that by having this match take place.
I do like, however, any possibility of Rhea and Beth working together.
If it's not a one-time thing, because from what it's looking like, it could possibly be just a one-time thing. Because Beth left NXT, so that means she was going to be gone soon. I'm guessing they just brought her back to do this angle, and then I don't know what the fuck they're going to do next. Because Edge needs a Mania opponent. He does, because I don't think they're going to have him go after the belt. So what's up with this whole fucking Bully Ray thing, saying that Jon Moxley needs to apologize to the fans?
So now let me go to the post, because shout out to my co-host of Welcome to the Rawrrzone, Mikey. He was talking about the clickbait because they said Bully Ray said that Moxley has to apologize to the fans for his hiatus. Which, yeah, of course, that got me to automatically click on hence of the clickbait. But when reading it, it was more like a acknowledgement thing.
I respect the man for what he does. He has his own opinions, and you know, his opinions do matter in the business to a degree. But honestly, there's no need for Moxley to apologize. I believe Tony Khan wrote on his Twitter that Jon Moxley is going to be away, going to rehab for a while. So he didn't go on a hiatus. He didn't just ghost everyone and just said and didn't say anything. No, they made the announcement very clear. You know, it was right after Moxley released his book that, you know, he was going to be gone for a while either way. He needs to go be a father. Not only that, he needs to go take care of himself. That's why I could agree with the promo that he cut on fucking Wednesday. It was passionate, it was powerful, and it was fucking great.
And him throwing out a fan was hilarious.
You know, a lot of people suffer from addictions. I, too, have my own demons in times. I'm about to be 3 years clean from cocaine soon. So,
wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, cold turkey's not fucking easy, people. People are just like, oh, go to rehab, go to rehab. I don't want to sit there and listen to other people's fucking problems. I have my own problems. Okay.
So this is what Bully Ray said though. Because he was doing an interview with Mark Henry.
Okay.
I did enjoy that they started off with Moxley. They came out with a bang. People were ready for it, and Moxley said what he needed to say. However, I would have liked to have heard just a little bit of accountability from John. I understand the whole demons thing, and we always use the word demon as a creative word to get around the real issues, whether it's an alcohol issue, whether it's a drug issue. In Tommy Dreamer's case, it's an eating issue. Everyone has some kind of demons that they have to get around. We have demons. These demons got the best of Jon Moxley in the time when he had to step away from AEW. I would have liked to have heard him say a bit of an apology to the AEW fans. You don't have to apologize to the boys, even though the boys do count on you. But any one of those guys and gals could have had the same problems as you did. And trust me, I came up in an era where a lot of men and women had their demons. The fans expect a little more from you. What about the fans that bought tickets to see AEW and Jon Moxley while Jon Moxley was away taking care of his problem? I'm very happy he left and took care of his problem. He looked incredibly healthy last night. And I love, everything that he said. I would have just loved to have heard a little bit of accountability. I don't know if I'm sorry necessarily the right word, but maybe endear yourself a little bit in the crowd if you felt you let him down. This is coming from me, the hard ass of all hard asses. Personally, if it was me in the same situation, the first thing I would have said is, guys, I'm sorry if I let you down. I think that would have been the proper thing to do. Mark Henry's reply was on the air today with him and was as follows. John Moxley, did you see how good he looked? He looked like $1,000,000, and that is the byproduct of no stress, being healthier, cleaner, physically but emotionally healthy. Having someone at home that said, you know what, we love you, you're forgiven. We just want you to stay here and be happy and healthy. He didn't owe anybody an apology. I think the apology was to his wife and baby and the immediate family about not being his best self. It's their job to help him be his best self, and I support him 100%. I thought that it was awesome that he addressed the crowd and there was no apologies given because there was no apologies needed.
Again, I liked everything that was said there, but there was no need for Moxley to apologize. Hell, maybe the promo was the apology.
But here's my thing. How many wrestlers had an addiction?
There's a lot of wrestlers that have addiction, but not everyone had to. Not everyone has to apologize to every fan. Like every fan literally went into Moxley's social media because everyone knew. Everyone saw the tweet from Tony Khan. Everyone needs to remember that. This is the reason why Moxley didn't need to apologize. He didn't go on a hiatus. People sent him comments. They DM'd him. They said, good luck. We believe in you. We support you. Stay strong. You got this, bro. That's the love and support from the fans. When he came back, the fans were basically back in good graces because this man was lit. He looked different. He didn't look like he was before. He was bigger before. Now he looks all slimmer. A little lighter.
He looks like clearer. Like you see even in the camera, his face was fucking clear. You used to see him oily and blotchy. None of that.
Like he looks like, you know, how he was in WWE before he left. He was slimmer then. He got a little bigger when he went to AEW, which was good. But now it's like, you know, minus the alcohol, which, you know, puts a lot of weight into your body, and that does suck. He slimmed down a bit. And, you know, I'm happy that he's back on his feet. He's back to wrestling. And, you know, we just saw his match on Rampage, which is fucking awesome. I'm happy to see Mox come back. I mean, is he going to be back in the title picture soon? I don't know. But there are some matches that I do want to see. Moxley Punk. Moxley Darby.
Ooh.
I
want to see Moxley MJF for some reason.
I want to see it again because I did not like their last encounter with the world title. Wasn't boring. It felt like it didn't click at first.
Like need the redo.
Yes, maybe a sequel to this would probably be better than the original. Okay, so last final thing before we actually go on to SmackDown. So, the new trailer came out for WWE 2K22. What did you think of it?
So I saw the cover. I didn't even see the trailer. And I saw the NWO cover. When I saw the NWO cover, I got kind of hyped. I'm extremely concerned that video game wise is going to be trash like 2K20.
Well,
but I kind of love how they designed it.
Here's a fun fact. I don't play any of the WWE games. I don't. It's not that it's my thing. There's just certain things that I wish they would have in the game that I would be interested in. Now that 2K22 is coming out and they're having this GM mode, I'm interested again. But I'm not gonna play the fucking game just because I bought it. I'm only gonna play it just because of the GM mode, and I want to see how they play the GM mode out. The graphics, are those even graphics? Because they look like what we see on TV every week.
I'm about to put the trailer on my laptop.
Like, it looks...
I like the way they did the Rey Mysterio thing, though.
It looks so cool.
I'm not trying to get us flagged, so I'm putting it as low as I can, but still listening.
Yeah, they shipped the trailer, I think it was yesterday or Wednesday, and the game is being released within 48 days. So I'm wondering how this game is going to play out, knowing that you just released like 64% of your fucking roster.
I heard they're gonna keep past characters though.
I mean,
like I heard there was still gonna be a Bray Wyatt in it.
we'll just have to wait and see. I mean, people could say a lot of things about this. Like, I don't want to jump on the rumor mill and be like, oh, they're gonna bring back, I don't know, China or CM Punk into the game or fucking Chris Benoit.
Yeah, okay. When Chris Benoit comes back, I'm gonna be 100 pounds short.
Look, rumors are rumors. We just have to wait and see, gameplay wise, how the game plays and who's actually officially going to be on the game. But the graphics look amazing. The trailer looks great. They say
I like how they have Bianca looking.
Like I told you, it looks legit like you're watching them on TV every week. It doesn't look like video game graphics now. I'm just like, holy shit, this looks so great. But again, you could present this to us now, but when we buy the game, is it going to be like this? Is it going to have all the things that you promised us? Because again, I'm only giving the game for GM mode.
But again, this is WWE. You would literally take that risk every time you get a product.
All right, Ivy, this is your debut, so be prepared for the opening sequence. I have one question for you, though. Are you ready for the SmackDown?
I am.
Submitted to the approval of the WrestleMania show. This is the tale of stupid stipulations happening for the Royal Rumble. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get ready to ramble!
Yes.
We open up. Oh, so here's what's SmackDown. We open up the show in Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. Home of the original hardcore wrestling. Want to know how I know about that? Onita, Dark Side of the Ring. So, I hate when they do this. This pisses me off because I would like to get hyped for the show. I would like to see Pyro opening up the show and all that stuff. It's like, I want to get hyped. I want to feel like I'm watching a wrestling show. But no, we open up the show with the fucking ones in the ring. So,
it's at day one-ish.
Must scroll up. Okay. So, get mics. They say they're here for one reason, to celebrate the longest reigning Universal Champion ever. The ones introduced their cousin, the true one, the tribal chief, the head of the table, the record-breaking Universal Champion, Roman Reigns, comes out to the ring. And once he's in the ring, they present a highlight reel showing how Roman won the belt, which is stupid because they blacked out the 1, 2, 3, knowing they pinned the feud.
I really found that cheesy.
Like that was, yeah, I get that. But you could have at least shown it. Like last week, you showed the Wild Dean Ambrose last week during their fucking little face-off between Seth and fucking Roman at the end, and they showed all that Shield stuff. Like, you show the Wild Dean Ambrose appearing from out of nowhere. You mean something you can't show us fucking Fiend? At least. And then they counted down all the reigns, all the opponents that he faced, from Kevin Owens to John Cena to Daniel Bryan and Edge to Edge solo to Daniel Bryan solo, ending his career, which is the debut of his new final boss fucking theme. You know, nonstop. John Cena, Brock Lesnar, you know, many opponents, and you know, he beat Brock Lesnar's record at 504 days, now at 508 days as Universal Champion. And good shit, WWE. Finally did something right with Roman. Turned him heel, made him a dominant heel champion, made him chicken shit sometimes when his cousins had to interfere, but still, you did something right that you should have fucking done years ago, you dickheads.
Like I said, they need a good drug dealer. They need the one that gives them the good weed.
So after the fucking highlight reel ends, Reigns is about to talk, but then a wild Seth Rollins appears from out of nowhere. I guess since it's the Royal Rumble, the wild card just fucking is allowed now. Raw superstars coming to SmackDown, SmackDown coming to Raw. Like, why didn't you do this at Survivor Series? What the fuck is wrong with you people?
You know, but they always pull the wild card when they feel like it's gonna get boring, and they have their moments a lot lately with the roster cuts that they've been letting the wrestlers do what they want essentially.
I hope they don't do this title unification. Like, I'm really hoping that Royal Rumble just has the fucking Rock show up, win the Rumble, challenge his cousin. We have that. I don't want to see a fucking title unification. It's getting ridiculous. It's getting old. It makes no sense because the one main question people literally now ask is, if this happens, why the fuck do we even do a draft to begin with?
Fox is not. First of all, Fox is not gonna let Roman Reigns lose because Roman Reigns is what brings the money right now. A title unification means that not only there's a chance that Roman could lose, but that their other moneymaker, quote unquote, Brock Lesnar could also lose, which would look bad on the company either way. So title unification, PR wise as well as just fucking wrestling wise, it looks stupid.
I won't honestly think it would look bad because here's my theory. Before I continue on with the promo, my theory is this: Bobby wins the title. You don't have the title unification. Then we get the fucking rematch between Brock and Roman at Mania. Since Drew is out of the picture via neck injury, because that was going to be the actual idea. Not have Drew win the Rumble, possibly win the Elimination Chamber that they're doing in Saudi fucking Arabia. So we're not going to be doing live reactions for that because anything Saudi, no, we don't do that. We don't even talk about it. What do you mean Saudi shows exist? What? I need to be fucking neuralized. Where is MIB?
So where would you want them to go do these shows then, if not Saudi?
Somewhere not Saudi. It could be anywhere else. Germany. It could be fucking Mars.
Listen, man, if they bring WWE to Greece, I'll be happy.
Fucking do it in North Korea. Man. that raises a lot of questions on whether or not if we want to even watch that.
I mean, listen, man, they did just name someone fucking Gunther.
Yeah, but they turned they fucking stopped that shit because of the backlash. WWE is finally realizing the error of their ways at times. You need to realize that every week when people review your shows and they tell you that it fucking sucks.
This is horrible.
All right, so we got Seth Rollins coming out, and Rollins says that we should be celebrating that Reigns' title run is coming to an end shortly because he thinks he's going to beat him at the Royal Rumble. Ha 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 ha. He says Reigns sent the Usos to Raw to do the dirty work for him. He also says that we should be celebrating the longest reigning SmackDown Tag Team Champion. He also says that the Usos carry Reigns like me and Max did. Oh, like him and, Dean Ambrose did with Roman and the Shield because they were doing this whole story. And Seth is looking more like Triple H here. Like, I created you. I can destroy you. Really? So how many times are you going to do the pedigree to fucking Roman? Because at this point, I'm sick and tired of you doing that fucking move. I don't want you doing it again. So, where the fuck was I? Okay. Rollins makes a challenge that him and a partner of his choosing, aka Kevin Owens, challenge the Usos, and if the Usos lose, they are banned from the Royal Rumble match. But if Seth and KO lose, then Seth Rollins loses his championship match.
That's when Reigns makes the stakes. And then it was like before all that, the Usos accept, and then Roman had this look like, are you guys fucking serious? Since when do you guys accept shit? Only I accept. I'm the head of the table. I'm the one that has...
Acknowledge me.
I'm the one they gotta answer to, not you. People are not acknowledging you. They're acknowledging me. Y'all acknowledge me, motherfuckers. Yeah, so that all happens. So yeah, what did you think of this segment?
I like that they showed a little vulnerability in Roman because it's like, okay, you went behind my back, you accepted it, because you saw his face. He looked mad.
He was like, "What the fuck? When? Who? I didn't die and made you guys the head of the table. What the fuck is going on here?"
But you know what though? It adds fuel to set the fire for Seth because it's proven his point when he's saying Roman's reign is coming to an end. Ah, I get it. I made a funny Roman's reign. Ah. No.
No, it's WWE with their silly puns. Sometimes it catches a moment. I think it's something that I told you earlier. It's like, you know, they always provide bullshit every week, but that bullshit always turns into gold somehow. One of those bullshit moments could turn into gold, because we're going into these shows blind, thinking like, all right, let's see how they fuck this shit up,
and then boom.
Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. I mean, one week the show could be good. Like, I heard Raw was fucking great. And I'm like, damn, I gotta talk about that later? Fuck! But sometimes it's just like, why do I really have to talk about this show? It's god-awful. But this segment could prove something. It proves that there's going to be some dissension going on in the Bloodline. You know, and the Bloodline does feel a little, I'm not going to say it feels lost, because they're perfectly fine where they are. It's just the minute Paul Heyman got fired, doesn't feel as, you know, interesting anymore as it was.
Yeah, because now it's just the three of them.
I mean, you know, there's still time to see if you know, they do something good with this, with just those three. They were doing well so far. Nothing bad has happened. They haven't changed anything drastically. So, yeah. This kind of teases a little bit of dissension, because now the Usos make their own decisions, since they're the longest reigning SmackDown Tag Team Champions. And it puts Roman in a bad spot, because now he feels as if he's losing his position, and maybe he's gone soft. We come back from commercial break, and we have a match. A rematch. I didn't really fucking care for it, because it was stupid. Kofi Kingston has a rematch with Madcap Moss. Last week, Madcap Moss beat him in an upsetting victory. And then this match happens. It was 50-50 booking. I didn't give a shit. It was dumb. It was stupid. I hate Madcap Moss. He's a piece of shit. And I wish he got released by the fucking company already.
They need to just stop violating on my man Kofi. And they need to stop violating on my man Woods, because they put the most time. They put a lot of effort into what they do. And look how they even dropped Big E at the end. None of that was... They just deserve better.
So as you just saw, a fucking bell has just been tossed. See it? That happens from time to time. When shit like this happens. Kofi Kingston is a former WWE champion. Yes, I understand that the title was hokey, and it felt kind of silly because they didn't make Kofi feel like a legit threat as the champion after losing it to Brock 8 seconds in. And then, you know, to make matters worse, Big E loses the fucking belt to Brock Lesnar at day one. So Brock Lesnar has defeated 2 out of 3 people in the New Day that were champion.
We need to protect Woods at all costs.
I think he's already protected as it is. He's injured. He's not on TV for a while, so fuck it. I mean, I don't know what's gonna happen with the whole King thing because now it's just like, okay, he won it. Now he's gone. So what's gonna happen when he returns? Are we still gonna do it? Is that gonna be the gimmick? You know. But yeah, it's just. I'm happy for Corbin on the fact that like he's doing something. And again, more wild card bullshit. Having a little New Day reunion. Former WWE champion Big E there to Taka Michinoku face on the mat. God, preparing for the Rumble sucks. You gotta watch Rumbles and defend the belt against 3 other people and I'm fucking there. It was a match. That whole thing with Kofi and Madcap was a match. I just did not give 2 shits about it.
I didn't care really for that match, and I really didn't care for Sheamus.
We'll get to the Sheamus one later because we come back from commercial break. We have another rematch. There seems to be a problem going on here. I'm not like. We have Aliyah taking on Natalya. So last week.
Oh, titties.
Yes, boobies, natty boobs.
Boobies galore.
Yeah, natty boobs. Yeah, you're enjoying her Instagram page.
Hey. First of all, her and her sister gotta be making an OnlyFans. Low key.
If they do an OnlyFans,
It's never that big.
Boobs and cats. That's all it's gonna be. Boobs and cats.
I mean, makes sense.
So last week they had this little rivalry. You know, Natalya's been breaking world records in WWE, and you know that's what the angle was about: world records between Aliyah and Natalya. And Natalya was supposed to break the world record for the shortest match in WWE history, which was something 3 point whatever the fuck seconds. Aliyah beats her in 3.17 seconds last week. What fucking roll up? And we have this match.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Match ends in a fucking DQ because Natty did not abide to the 5 count. He just kept beating on Aliyah against the ropes, and I think all everyone was thinking was boobies. That's it for Natty.
But that's so sad, though. Especially between the rich history that she has as a women's wrestler and where she comes from, and you're telling me that you're putting her in these jobber-ass squash matches?
Like, I would have understood if Natty lost via countout. If it was in a stupid way. But this was probably the dumbest of the dumb. Like, Natty doesn't need a DQ loss because she's pissed off over a world record. You know, WWE likes to fabricate all their shit every now and then. So that world record could be fabricated.
And it's just another jobby-ass storyline.
Yeah, it's just to fucking give Aliyah something because she needs to, you know, get the feeling of competing around tens of thousands of people instead of 200 people. She needs to get the feeling of, you know, being around a big arena, doing promos every week, constantly being on the road, doing house shows, all that other stuff. She has to learn that. And she's learning that day by day. And I'm glad that she's getting a little bit of experience here. But I don't like it in this sort of way. Like, yeah, Aliyah could have gotten a loss here. That would have been perfectly fine. You know, again.
Being that she's just starting.
For 50-50 booking-wise, I could understand that because, yes, you just said it. Aliyah is just starting on the main roster. Okay? She hasn't really paid her fucking dues yet. So, I mean, yeah, she could have lost in this match. Would have been perfectly fine. Would have gotten Natalya her win back after being embarrassed last week. But it's just, this is just how they did it, and I feel as if they didn't have to do it. And then after the match, we have, I mean, I don't know if this was her official debut or whatever, because I don't even know if she has competed on SmackDown. We have Raven's fucking younger daughter, Xia Li, coming out, and Natalya is just staring at her, and Xia Li runs to the ring, tries to save Aliyah, and Natalya just runs out.
Did we?
I mean,
Wee.
Natalya deserves better. Aliyah deserves way better than this. I mean, she's still a...
But the women's division deserves better.
Yeah,
The way they have the women's division set up, Charlotte, Becky, Sasha, sometimes Bianca. When Bayley comes back, then back to Sasha, then back to Charlotte. Like, they're never gonna give the women's division a chance. They put a fucking 24/7 title on Dana Brooke so they could suffice the fucking fans because they have been asking. Like, I'm pretty sure we saw 4 different Dana Brooke faces until she got the 24/7 champion.
I mean, look, this is the problem with this company. Before we move on to the tag team match, this is the problem with this company. You have a shit ton of titles, and 2 of them are still on Raw. I thought the 24/7 title was supposed to go to SmackDown also, and I thought the women's tag team champions were supposed to also defend the belts on SmackDown too. Why are they all on fucking Raw? Because it's fucking 3
Because
hours.
they have 3 hours of their time that they don't know how to fucking fill because they just are drinking too much or doing something else but actually fucking write good storylines.
For that, you should have never done those belts to begin with. Never, ever, ever, ever.
They were what? What they are with? R-Truth holds it 55 times.
It's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. Because you could do so much more. I mean, you could do shit with the 24/7 division. I mean, you could do so much shit. And that shit can never become a chicken salad. But at least there'll be something interesting for
They should have let Rosenberg take it to New York. That way someone could actually try and actually get it.
The problem is, you're not doing a fucking thing with your women's tag team belts. You give the belts to a makeshift tag team. You don't give it to, like, there's only 2, I can honestly say 3 actual tag teams that held on to the fucking belt. Sasha and Bayley, the Iconics.
And that's it.
Asuka and Kairi Sane. Everything else was makeshift. Everything else was just makeshift, and it's like you can't. This is the women's division is a major problem. It's not a really big issue. The only issue that you have is that, Charlotte wins. That's it. You only rely on her. You don't rely on anyone else.
And Charlotte doesn't want to be there.
I don't know what Charlotte wants to do.
I used to love Charlotte so much. And then she let the power go to her head.
Not only that, WWE let her get the power over her head. Because seriously, she strokes the biggest ego in that whole entire women's division next to Becky. Because Becky's like there. Like, look, this is the scale. Here's Charlotte, and here's Becky right now. The only reason why Charlotte's up here is because of your name, your father, and your Vince's favorite pet project. Because he can't rely on anyone else. He can't believe in any other woman that can hold on to the fucking championship. Vince feels that there's no one compatible for Charlotte, let alone Becky. I guess I honestly say either way, I don't think Vince McMahon has any good competition for any of the horsewomen. Any of them.
That's because they don't cultivate the talent.
Doesn't. You're sprucing up the talent a little bit more. You're giving Dewdrop her fucking airtime.
Piper Niven is her name.
You're giving Liv Morgan her airtime. You're giving Bianca more airtime. You're giving Naomi airtime because of this stupid rivalry between her and fucking Sonya, which at this point I'm literally sick and tired of. Los Lotharios and the Viking Raiders. Viking Raiders got a new theme. I like it.
It's a spruce up. It's good. They need like more attention on them. They were once like a very dominant tag team.
Aren't they facing the Usos this next Saturday at the Rumble for the SmackDown belt?
Yeah, finally.
Maybe this might be the time that they actually give up the belts.
I can see that because if they lose, then Roman's losing. That is my opinion. I feel like they're going to be linked together to the Bloodline, or he just might turn on them.
I mean, we'll just have to see. But what were your thoughts on this match between these two teams?
I liked it. It was very like. This is what I say about SmackDown in general. It's like it keeps you engaged. You never know what you're gonna expect when they're fighting.
This was something fresh. I believe that this was the first time that these two guys these two teams actually wrestled each other in the ring. But I felt like they didn't give them a lot more time. They just gave the Viking Raiders someone to just squash to build them up to their tag team championship match against the Usos. And I appreciate that, but you know, if you're trying to build up your tag division, which is also another problem in this fucking company, because again, you can't be fucking relying on the Usos and the New Day to be facing each other countless fucking times. Like, I'm happy that an actual tag team won on Raw. Because yeah, RK Bro, they're now officially a tag team because they have a tag team name. They're not makeshift anymore. They have chemistry. But at first they were makeshift. They didn't have a name. And they were just teaming up before Riddle just said RK Bro. And then they lost to an actual tag team. Which is fresh because I want to see what they do with Alpha Academy. But right now with SmackDown, you need to do something with your tag division because you really don't have a lot coming in.
I just want to see them really push Eric and Ivar. But even if, let's say, they lose to the Usos, I think they just might keep pushing them, you know, and continuing the storyline and turn it into a feud.
I can see that happening, and the feud could officially end at Mania with the Viking Raiders winning the tag team belts.
So let me ask you a question. If they lose the tag team belts at Mania, do you think if we do get Lesnar versus Roman, what do you think? Do you think it'll be like a 2-belt situation or no?
Like I said, the possibility of us getting Roman versus Brock is minus the title unification. Like, it has to come down to Brock needs to lose at the Rumble, have this dream match with Lashley, make him dominant, make him a 2-time WWE champion, and then give him an opponent for Elimination Chamber, or whoever on Raw wins the Royal Rumble, which, by the way, they really have not been building up because, goddamn, I don't even know at this point who's going to fucking win.
But you know what? But here's the thing, too. Their pay-per-views are so... There's not enough time for any storyline to build. Because they're having, every 4 weeks is a fucking pay-per-view?
I mean, the only thing that they build up... Oh, by the way, WWE banned the word pay-per-view. It's now called live events.
Pay-per-view, fuck this.
Fuck this company, right?
Yes.
I mean, look. The Usos are gonna win their match with the Viking Raiders at the Rumble via fuckery. There's gonna be some fuckery here. They're gonna beat them, but they're going to lose at Mania. They have to. But this whole thing with Brock and Roman, we cannot have a title unification. I don't want it because if you do it, we have to stop the draft. That means everything, all the belts now have to be on all the shows. Can't be doing these draft shits no more. Now it's time to, do some other shit. But I don't want that to happen because I want to see how WWE wants to continue this forward. And to be honest, if you're gonna keep doing both shows, we still need 2 world titles. All right. I'm sick and tired of title unification. I'm tired of guys holding on to 2 belts or making it 1 belt. I'm done with that shit. All right. We need to just have another Brock Roman match, and this time let Roman beat Brock at Mania as the heel.
Give us what we want, WWE, or else.
So basically, the match was they beat up the Lotharios, and then Viking experience for the 3 count. Viking Raiders win. Good match. Fresh, because it was
very clean.
Very clean indeed. Making the Viking Raiders look strong. But we have to see where this goes coming towards Royal Rumble. All right, so before we have the Charlotte and Naomi match, Sonya enters the ring and demands a referee, Charles Robertson, to hand over his shirt. Will puts on his sweaty shirt.
Abuse of power.
And calls for the bell. Just starts taking advantage of the distraction. Charlotte is just hitting cheap shots and, knife edge chops into the corner. Naomi comes back with like Hurricanrana, but then Charlotte tries to counter that, goes for Boston Crab. Tries to go for the figure 8. Naomi kicks Charlotte away, sending her right into DeVille, knocking her out of the ring. Naomi hits the rear view and covers, but DeVille is not in the ring to count. Charlotte locks in the figure 8. DeVille calls for the bell, and Naomi didn't fucking tap out.
Abuse of power. I don't know where they're going with this. With Sonya Deville as an official, I don't understand why Sonya is not wrestling right now. Okay, maybe now they're finally deciding for her to have a match, but the whole gimmick of her being an official and taking her frustrations out on Naomi, I think is stupid.
Okay, so you see this, right? This. Honestly, this whole fucking thing is stupid. I don't fucking enjoy this shit. It's so annoying. It's literally, I don't even want to say the fucking word because that's what it fucking looks like on TV. And
It looks like basura.
It starts with the letter R.
Basura.
It looks racist. It looks like, how many times does this
Someone finally agrees with me because I really thought it was a whole.
Woman, how many times does she have to be fucked over by this fucking white lady that wears a jacket because she's authority, and the minute she takes it off, she'll get beat up one day. Like, when I have this jacket on.
So beat me up now.
When I have this jacket
beat me up
on.
Now. Stop talking shit.
Touch me. Let me take off my jacket while Naomi's not in my office. Oh, look, she's fucking behind the cameraman waiting for me to take off my jacket. Now she's going to beat my ass. And here comes Adam Pearce with his fucking jacket off, acting all muscular like he's about to beat up Naomi. Excuse me, my nigga. What are you doing?
It's funny, right? My nieces, they're Mexican and Greek, right? So there's people that, they're racist. They see things around them. So I told them this. If anyone ever tells you anything because of where you're from and what you look like, tell them this. My hands are bisexual and I could fuck you up anytime, anyway.
Fair point. More people should say that. Look, honestly, this is what it is. This is Triple H, Booker T, and this whole bullshit at Mania 19, and someone like you doesn't get to be world champion. But here's the fucking difference. They're not telling us that it's happening. They're fucking showing us that it's happening. And it's like, can you be more
They don't care.
Can you be more fucking subtle?
They don't care.
And here's another thing. Why are we still doing fucking screw jobs? Why do we still need to pull out that play? Stop going back to the past. At this point, if AEW does a fucking screw job or a goddamn finger poke of doom, I'm going to shit on it. And I'm going to go full on, not even caps lock. I'm just going to go full on rage mode on it. Because literally, one thing like that could just ruin the illusion. And one thing like that could just basically turn down your fan base because you pulled a stunt like that. For what? We don't.
They don't care.
They can say they don't care all they want. This is what I say. A lot of people like to ask why. Why does Vince, Kevin Dunn, Bruce Pritchard, and anyone else that fucking plays 7 minutes of heaven backstage with Vince McMahon like to fuck us over? Why? Because fuck us. That's why. They don't. Again, you said it. They don't care, and it's true.
They stopped caring about the fans a long time ago. It's only about the money at this point.
Remember 3 years ago when they said, we're going to give you what you want from now on, you're the authority. And they went back doing the same shit 3 weeks later.
Like, don't you see, like, they have Adam Pearce and Sonya Deville as officials, and I feel like slowly they're going to find, like, 2 more people, or 2 wrestlers that will go with their ideals and have their own new version of the authority since they're already recycling the storyline.
I mean, I don't want to talk about this anymore because this is just
depressing.
Sami Zayn is about to do some crazy shit for his latest show, In-Zayn. In-Zayn in the Membrane.
I'm sorry, that was hilarious. I'm sorry, that was the highlight of my day.
No, like I can't, like, honestly, this is probably like, I love Sami Zayn, I love El Generico. Me and Six's rivalry is like that. He's Kevin Steen in Ring of Honor, and I'm El Generico. Because we are always fighting for the belt. Our rivalry will never fucking die. And that's how we always compare ourselves now. But watching this segment, so this is what happens. So Sami Zayn is in the ring, and he's about to perform his, latest segment of In-Zayn. And he has a variety of weapons, a cattle prod, a taser gun, and shit that could fucking that could put a man down in fucking seconds, man. All you gotta do is this, right here in the neck. Put him down that quick. Alright, so he says that he's willing to prove that he can do anything that Johnny Knoxville can do. Zayn can do better. So Zayn,
because he's a real man.
Yeah. So he goes for the cattle prod, tries to shock himself, turns the fucking shit all the way up to high voltage, shocks himself in the chest, which causes like a surreal amount of, the acting here is, for Sami Zayn's acting and this whole gimmick, it's hilarious, and it's probably the only highlight that I love about SmackDown because he could fucking wake the crowd up and whatever.
He could sell it.
This whole conspiracy theory thing, it's really awesome, and I start to ask myself, damn, if he did it, how come fucking Juice Robinson, aka CJ Parker, couldn't do it in NXT? It would have been so perfect.
Because he's Sami Zayn, he's the liberator. He's In-Zayn in the membrane.
Alright, so he's literally screaming, writhing in pain after supposedly getting shocked by this, cow
gun.
Prado. Johnny Knoxville
Whatever.
shows up. I'm just gonna say
With the Jackass theme song.
Yes, I'm just gonna say this right now. He is one of my 3 picks for the Royal Rumble because I want chaos.
If he wins, I will be so fucking happy.
When we do the predictions, for the Royal Rumble, we do it differently. You have to pick 3 men and 3 women to win the Rumble.
Okay.
So that way your odds are like, 1 to 3 or whatever the fuck. I don't know. So, yeah, Johnny Knoxville, he comes out and he enters the ring. Knoxville says that something seems off about the entire setup that Sami Zayn is doing. Knoxville discovers that Sami Zayn's equipment is legit. Guess what? That piece of shit wasn't turned the fuck on. So Knoxville actually turns that shit on, shocks Sami Zayn, causing him to fall on the mat. It was so funny, and they had to ruin it.
I cried
with the fucking sound graphics, and I don't know why they had to do that. Like, that was so hokey, stupid. It was fun seeing Sami Zayn actually get shot. I bet Vince McMahon gives him a bonus for doing that. That's like Big Show getting shot by fucking tranquilizer guns just so Kurt Angle could shave his fucking head. Big Show took one for the team, and Sami Zayn took one for the team for Johnny Knoxville, getting him over. And to end the whole segment off, Johnny Knoxville grabs the mic. He says, "See you at the Rumble," and tosses Sami Zayn over the top rope. So we know what's happening at the Royal Rumble. Sami Zayn is about to get tossed over the top rope by Johnny Knoxville.
Poetic justice right there.
And then Johnny Knoxville will get fucking tossed over by Omos. But there has to be a group of... No. I don't want... You know what I'm thinking right now? He's going to have him in the gorilla press. And they have to make Johnny Knoxville authentic Johnny Knoxville. There cannot be any people outside. None. He has to take the whole bump. He has to. He fucking has to. He's Johnny Knoxville. He has to do it. They have to let him do it.
He'll be crazy enough to do it.
He has to.
But remember, he's doing it to promote Jackass too, so.
If they don't fucking do it.
You're not going to watch anymore?
No. That's what everyone says. But then later on, it's like, oh shit, look what happened on fucking Raw. Everyone says that. If this shit happens, I'm just gonna do what I normally do and just fucking put out an angry fucking rant, just to say how I feel about it. Because frankly, shit like that would happen. It's just like
it makes you feel better.
It will make me feel better if they make it very authentic for him to take that bump. But if you have a shit ton of people just there, and for him to be caught by like 10 to fucking, I don't know, 7 people. It's not gonna look real. If you're gonna promote this movie, have Johnny Knoxville do that crazy stunt. He has to take that bump. And if it's gonna be Omos gorilla pressing him off the top rope, over the top rope, into the fucking mat, yes, do it. Good way to promote the movie. Good way for Johnny Knoxville to go out. That right there.
If you're gonna die, die happy.
To put him in the Hall of Fame. We come back from commercial break and we have Sheamus going one-on-one with Ricochet. Go ahead, ramble on about this match. What were your thoughts?
I checked out with Sheamus, but I don't like that. I feel like they just keep putting these mid-card matches and they don't give them enough time either. So it's just like a 1, 2, 3 type of thing for me. And then they're talking about how Sheamus this is the one belt he didn't win and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, are you going to give him the belt or are you just going to keep saying this to just keep saying this?
I'm hoping that, they do something right now with Sheamus because since Rich Holland is away due to Ricochet breaking his fucking nose, Thanks a lot, asshole. It's a little off right now because Sheamus he doesn't feel lost in the shuffle. But yeah, they did bring up how he hasn't won the Intercontinental Championship yet. And, when is it gonna happen? When the fuck is it gonna happen? Sooner or later, it has to happen. Nakamura versus Sheamus. At this point, it's like, what? Nakamura's holding on to the belt and he just doesn't fucking defend it? He does that every time he holds on to a belt. Like, what the hell?
Because I will never understand what they're gonna do with him because he's just there.
At this point, it's like, I don't know what the hell they're gonna do with Ricochet. It's like either do something interesting with him or fucking put him in a tag team with someone. Because
but we don't need another makeshift tag team.
But at this point, it's like you're gonna have fucking Ricochet lose every week to some of these guys. Is he ever gonna get his fucking momentum back? That's the real question. Because he hasn't gotten that shit back ever since he lost to Brock Lesnar in Saudi Arabia.
How would you feel after losing to Brock Lesnar?
I would feel shitty knowing that my life is about to fucking go a complete 180 in this company. Knowing that my whole life is I'm main event against guys that I could compete against in 205 Live. When I could be doing bigger and better things like being on the main roster, going after the Intercontinental Championship, doing something other than, I have to face Sheamus for the 800 million fucking time because, again, they have nothing else for me and I have to job out to someone that might go after the Intercontinental title.
He needs to just request a release.
They probably will fucking deny him like they did Ali. Because apparently they would have big fucking plan. Maybe that would be the big fucking plan. Have him and Ricochet team up again. What the fuck?
But I mean, look, now I bet you anything they're gonna give him Mustafa a storyline that's gonna put him back on TV the same way they tried to get Kevin Owens to resign.
I'm really upset about that.
Me too.
Because and I don't want to be. I don't want it to be like, we're like everyone else because we're mad that Kevin Owens re-signed for more money in WWE. Look, for me, I'm happy because hell, I still have Kevin. I still have Kevin's team. It doesn't have to go to the other fucking ship every fucking time. Because if they go to the other fucking ship, it gives Banner Club more fucking momentum to be like, look, WWE, we're taking your guys because you don't know how to treat them very fucking well, and you treat them better in this show, and our show is great. The other show sucks. I don't want it to feel that way because at this point, it's like every person that gets released, everyone is just like, they're going to AEW, they're going to AEW. When there's like, I don't know, fucking 100,000 fucking promotions that everyone else could go to. People could go to the fucking Indies. People could go to fucking New Japan, NWA. Not everything has to be about, everyone has to go to AEW.
No, but that's if he wants to go to AEW. But I don't think he even expressed that. I think everyone just made it sound like just so they could have him and Adam Cole together.
I feel like there was just a deal made beforehand for KO by Tony Khan, and he went to Vince and was like, they offered me this, you offer me more so I can stay. Maybe that's what Vince did. He probably offered him more money just to stay for another 3 fucking years, and maybe within those 3 years we could probably see him win another fucking world title. Because right now they're probably going to be focusing him on Damian Priest going after the U.S. title, and I'll be honest, I kind of don't want Damian Priest to lose the belt. Even though I'm not really digging the gimmick, it's like
it's too serious for me.
It's another one that is too hokey. It's basically, hey, what's Bakura's favorite magic card? The Change of Heart. That's what Damian Priest is. He's the Change of Heart magic card from Yu-Gi-Oh. Good.
Shit. I can't unthink this now.
And it's just like, what the fuck? I get so confused because sometimes it's like, okay, you're the champion, but why are you losing? Why are you getting DQs? Why is your anger side fucking giving you DQs and shit? Like, you shouldn't be doing that. You're the fucking champ. What's wrong with you? But look, this is how the match ends between Sheamus and Ricochet. Bro kick. 1, 2, 3. I just did not care because I'm sick and tired of seeing this fucking match. It's the same thing with, you know, how many times did I have to see Humberto Carrillo go after the U.S. title while Sheamus had the belt?
Well, who else would go for it?
They could have chosen anyone else, but they didn't. That's why the championship felt so subpar and it felt meaningless because it's like, oh, they just gave it to Sheamus just to hold it after having an astounding match with Matt Riddle at WrestleMania. But it's like, were you really thinking that Humberto Carrillo was going to actually win the United States Championship from Sheamus? No matter how many fucking times you put him in that goddamn scenario? Fuck no! You had many other people, and many of those other people that could have went for the U.S. Championship were the ones that got fucking released. And that sucks. Because you had no one to rely on to give Sheamus a worthy challenge for the United States Championship. Until Damian Priest came into the picture with this new gimmick.
I just don't know. What?
I just didn't care about the match. And these two deserve way better than them facing each other yet again.
All these wrestlers deserve way better.
We need to move on. But before we get to the main event, we had 2 special surprises on SmackDown. We had fucking Eric Bischoff making his return on SmackDown. And I mean, can we call this a teaser for Forbidden Door? Because GCW's very fucking own legend. Oh, and fucking they called Summer Rae a legend. Fuck you, WWE. Suck a double-covered HIV dick. You are horrendous for calling Summer Rae a fucking legend. What has she ever done in the company to ever be considered a goddamn legend?
Did she even win a title?
I don't even remember. No, I don't think so. I think the only title that she had in her career was the fish that Rusev gave her.
Another waste of a storyline too.
Yes, very good waste. And you know, I'm not gonna say that Summer Rae was a complete waste because she could have been useful as a valet, not a fucking wrestler. And the fact that, like, you know, you just have, like, Vince McMahon literally, I know that he did this. He literally went into the ring announcer's ear, which, by the way, since I haven't watched SmackDown in a while, I didn't even realize that we had a female ring announcer on SmackDown. I didn't even know that.
Girl power.
Yes. Yes. More power to all of you women. You women deserve it. You all do. And like, I'm really being honest about that. Seriously. You know, women's wrestling is a good thing, but you need to step it up, WWE. Women's wrestling sport. Again. And then we had Jeff Jarrett, who is going to have a match in GCW at fucking Hammerstein, show up to have a segment with Rick Boogs and Shinsuke Nakamura. And I'm like, when are you ever going to defend that Intercontinental Championship, bro? I'm happy that you're the greatest Japanese Intercontinental Champion, but holy shit, when are you going to defend that, bro? So we go on to the main event.
The main event.
It is the tag team match of the Usos taking on Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins win this match. The Usos are banned from the Royal Rumble match between Seth and Rollins. Between Seth and Roman. But if Seth loses, he will forfeit his Universal Championship match against Roman at the Royal Rumble. Go ahead, ramble on about this match.
Sorry about that.
Sorry.
Personally, I like the match. I think we saw the best of each wrestler. And me, I'm a diehard Kevin Owens fan. So, first of all, I like how he's kind of like, yo, you're my friend. Like, you're my best friend, but like that creepy type of thing. And then he comes into the ring and starts fucking people up with his best friend. And then Roman came out of nowhere and just botched the whole shit up. Just so the match could still stay on.
I mean, I had a good feeling that there was gonna be like some sort of fuckery here. Like, yes, I thought it was gonna be like the Usos, like, you know, do the DQ instead of Roman, but it kind of did play out really well. It was a really good match. I mean, I like these two. The one thing I gotta say is Kevin Owens has way too many friends. He has way too many best friends.
Oh, he a best friend hoe.
I'm like, this like, is that your gimmick now? You're somebody's best friend.
Everyone's your best friend.
I really enjoyed this match. It was a good main event. It kind of picked up from, you know, after what we had to experience from within the first hour going into hour 2 of this show. The DQ was very predictable. I just wish it was the Usos that had the DQ. That way it would seem like next week Roman could look at them very angrily. It's like, why in the fuck did you take a DQ loss? What, you can't beat them on your own? I thought you
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, oh, you already challenged his authority though. So he has to go and show who's the more dominant one.
I mean, there's still gonna be some fuckery at the Royal Rumble. Like, there's not gonna be a ref spot where the ref is knocked out for like 5 minutes and the Usos show up and then they start doing their super kicks and their splashes onto Seth Rollins. You don't think that's not gonna happen at the match? It's gonna happen. Most likely going to happen. So them doing this is just a way of saying, oh, we're just, you know, trying to make it seem like it's fair until we get to like the very end and it becomes a very fuckery thing. So if they try to do it that way, do it correctly. More importantly, try to make it seem like it works. Don't make it look stupid, because Roman needs to look strong as Universal Champion going into Mania. Because at this point, it was most likely, obviously, I mean, if Drew didn't win the Royal Rumble, he probably would have won the Elimination Chamber going up against Roman at Mania. But the neck injury, he's going to be out for a while, so he'll probably miss Mania. So the possibility is, again, Brock needs to lose the belt to Bobby, and we have Brock versus Roman. No title unification. Or there's what Austin Aries likes to call option C, the X Division Championship. The Rock can make a surprise entrance in the Royal Rumble and win. Challenge Roman for the belt.
I mean, if Charlotte could go into the Rumble, anyone can.
I mean, we could do that because we want to see who the true head of the table is between The Rock and Roman. And that storyline has been teased for a very long time now, since Roman turned heel. And I think it's time to pull that fucking trigger. I mean, that's just me saying it. I want it to happen, but I mean, it's WWE. You could expect the unexpected, like Vince tells Austin Theory every fucking week on Raw. WWE is supposedly full of surprises. We'll just have to see what happens at the Royal Rumble. But yeah, the match ends with Roman showing up, Superman punching Seth Rollins, giving Seth Rollins and KO the DQ win. Stupid decision.
And he just walked away.
Makes Roman look chicken shit, because all he did was sucker punch him and then he walked away and Seth Rollins laughed. And that's what SmackDown.
Yep. And that was it.
I mean, right, so this is the part of the show where we officially do the grade for the overall show. So honestly, this show to me didn't feel like a SmackDown show. Felt like we saw stuff that happened last week come back here. Constant rematches that I didn't really need to see. I get that there's angles going on here, but we needed to freshen it up a little bit. I didn't really need to see 50-50 booking from Kofi and Madcap. It's fun to see Big E. That was cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Wildcard thing is getting a bit redundant, but I get it. It's the Royal Rumble. We need to start building for that, and yeah, let's do it. Next week is the go home show, and then the Royal Rumble's coming up. Women's division still needs help. What the fuck are they gonna do with Sonya and Naomi next week? What's gonna happen there? What else am I? Oh yeah, tag team division. Start improving it too. That shit needs a lot more improvement also. Who are the Viking Raiders gonna face next week? Are we gonna have a little face off between the Usos and the Viking Raiders before the Rumble?
See, I could say it's like a solid 3 because we need to see all these storylines develop. We want to see where the Viking Raiders can go with this. We want to see what's going to happen with this wild card, especially with the Royal Rumble coming.
So you give SmackDown a solid good.
Yes, because we are seeing a lot of the same matches.
Mm-hmm. I want to give it the grade that it deserves, but it was going to get the same grade that you were going to give it. I was going to give it a solid good. But after witnessing constant rematches, a screw job that didn't need to happen at all, it's going to get the deserving grade that it gets. It's going to get a solid bad. I don't like how they did that. It was stupid. They never should have did it. I don't care if it was free TV. That never should have happened. Never should have happened at all. Stop with the rematches. It gets old after 1 week. And you do it again the following. All right? And please, let next week be the conclusion to fucking Sonya Deville and Naomi's feud, because right now this is just literally Triple H and Booker T flashback, and I'm not fucking feeling it. This needs to.
I just don't like it. They had Naomi at one point as champion, and she still needs to be treated as a former champion. You give respect to everybody else. Why is she the one getting jobs?
Because Vince McMahon is telling her to job and to follow the script with her angle, which sucks because she does not need this type of bullshit. She deserves way better than what she's getting right now. And I'm hoping next week is the very fucking end to this goddamn feud, because if this continues after the Rumble, I'm going to be very upset that they make this a Mania match.
You're going to throw a title again?
Yeah. I'm probably going to throw the IWGP one again, because every now and then I got to pull a Naito. I have to pull a fucking Naito. The show gets a solid bad. I wanted to give it a fucking good. Really did. But when you pull that type of shit, that changes the entire scale. That changes the entire grade for me, being a wrestling critic, being a podcaster. I try to take this seriously because when I watch this, I want to know if there's going to be some fuckery. I want to know if there's going to be some logic here. And this whole angle has no logic. It's just bullshit after bullshit after bullshit after bullshit after bullshit, and I just want them to pull the fucking plug on it. It needs to end, and I'm hoping next week is the fucking conclusion. You pulling a screw job here is probably the only reason why this show gets a fucking bad, because it never should have fucking happened. A count out would have been fine. Anything else but a fucking screw job. Ugh. first experience here on What's SmackDown?
This is flipping awesome.
Well, get used to this more since you're gonna be helping me out with SmackDown and Raw from time to time. Might do Raw live next week if the StreamYard is all set up and shit. All right,
Cool.
let's bring it home. YouTube.com/RambleMania Show, where you can stomp a mud hole on that subscribe button. Cheer for us, clicking on that thumbs up, and ring the bell for notifications for every week we put out videos for all of you to enjoy, watch. For all of our social media platforms, you can find us on Facebook.com/RambleMania Show, Twitter @RambleMania, Instagram RambleMania Show, Twitch.tv/RambleMania Show, TikTok @RambleMania. I still don't know why the fuck we have a TikTok. All of our audio platforms, just search RambleMania Show. You can find us on Apple, Stitcher, Spotify, SoundCloud. Every week we put out all the audio for all of you to listen and enjoy. Ivy, let them know where to follow you and plug all your stuff.
What's up? It's your homegirl Ivy. You can follow me at IamIvy.xo_. But follow at Rawrrzone NYC. Go to our YouTube at Rawrrzone NYC. Everywhere you can find us, our website, www.rawrzonenyc.com. And we got shirts for sale for $25.
And you can find me on Instagram at IZombies, IZombies. We are so close to the Royal Rumble. No one's taking this from me.
Or will I?
For Rawrzone's very own Ivy, I am Hazel the IIZombie. This has been the RambleMania Show. We would like to wish all of you porn and goodies, too fucking sweet, a good fight, a goodbye, and a good night.
Good night.